Hello, well, this is day 7 of intermittent fasting. So I'm going to weigh myself tomorrow after I've been in the gym. I have been in the gym yesterday. Can't remember if I went the day before. Probably did. I didn't go yesterday though because I had a lot on yesterday. So I'm back at the gym today, going to do some boxing now. And then tomorrow I'm going to do a proper day where I do weight training and boxing and all that sort of stuff. I'm doing the 16 hours fast and then the 8 hours you can eat in. I might change that slightly to a longer fast. What I have had an issue with is eating the right foods, eating healthy foods, and cutting sugar out. And I think that's probably the hardest part, is to cut the sugar out. The eating healthy side of things isn't too bad. Today I reckon I've probably fallen off the wagon a little bit because I had like a fast food meal at one point, but that was because there was no real other option because we were out in the city. So I think it's one of those situations where you've got to sit down and plan out a menu and the times that you're going to eat and all that sort of thing, and get it sort of planned out to the finite detail in order to sort of stick to it, and also to make sure you're eating the right things and all that kind of thing. Still manage to do it every single day. Some days have been harder than others. Some days it's been, you know, I wanted to have breakfast first thing in the morning, I felt hungry, stuff like that. Sometimes towards later on at night, like say after 9 o'clock at night, you can start to feel a bit hungry and stuff like that. So normally if you have a drink or something, it's not too bad, but I don't mean an alcoholic drink, I mean like a drink of whatever. If you have a tea or water or something. But again, it's sort of like, are you breaking the fast if you do have a normal drink? You know, you've got to have water really. You can't have a cup of tea really. So it's quite a difficult one. It has been quite difficult. I lost weight the first day I weighed myself. I haven't weighed myself since, and I think there's been a few days where I've gone hell for leather. Now, you sort of calories way of things is you've missed a meal, so you should be able to get away with it if you're only having 2 meals. But a couple of days where I've eaten quite a lot in one go. You know, a bit like having 3 meals all at once. So I think that's one of those things where I can eat a lot. If you put food in front of me, I will eat it all. And I think that's a situation that I need to rein that in, because otherwise it's no real point in not having any breakfast and going for 16 hours without food to then, you know, have 2,000 or 3,000 calories in one go. That's pointless. It's not going to work. So I'm going to try and refine the diet. I've got the timing right because I use my watch and my phone and whatever else to time when I'm eating and when I'm not eating and all sorts of things like that. So that's not a problem. But the problem is cutting out the sugar altogether, because there's sugar hidden in all the different foods and things like that. And also what I'm eating and the volume of what I'm eating as well. Because like I say, I mean, the other day I had 4 burritos, not a problem, I just caned a lot of them. And the other day I had like a meal, and then I had porridge, then I had something else and something. It was like one thing after another, like, you know, and to me that seemed like, you know, you've just had 3 meals in one hit kind of thing. And it didn't touch the sides. I just went through that like it was nothing, you know. So it was the sort of thing that a professional bodybuilder would do. They would have like loads of little meals, or they'd try and cram in as much shit as they could have in one go. It was that sort of thing. Yeah, that's what it felt like, because by the time I ate, I was absolutely starving. So I think the sugar is having a knock-on effect. I think the sugar situation is what makes you feel hungry, and getting that out of the system is really difficult. And I think once that's out of the system, it's going to make a big difference. But it's early days. We'll see how it's going. This is the first week, and I managed to stick to it up until a point, but it does need to get refined down to a fine art, and there needs to be some time and planning going into what I'm eating, the volume of what I'm eating, and that kind of thing. The timing is fine, but it's the amount of what I'm eating, definitely. So yeah, no more ill effects, no more headaches. Don't particularly feel overly tired. Not too bad at the moment, really. So, and I put that down to probably the sugars slipped into my diet, and the body's gone, oh yeah, I'm used to sugar. You don't need to have any withdrawal symptoms of getting the sugar again. I reckon that's probably what that is. But I don't know, not 100% sure on what's going on there with that. So we'll keep persevering with it. And it's like I say, it's early days, but it's just interesting to see how you're dependent on sugar, and how if you set in a routine where you always have breakfast and you always do this and you always do that, trying to come out of that, and how difficult that is, and how much planning and effort's got to go into it, So in trying not to do an extreme diet of, okay, right, I'm just going to have kale now and a glass of water, but at the same time, if you're overeating anyway, there is literally no point to doing it. I don't think I will have lost that much weight when I weigh myself tomorrow. I really don't. I'd be very surprised if I've lost any more than from the first day. But we'll just see how it goes. And basically my plan is to up the exercise to try and burn around about 2,000 calories every day. So to do that, it works out, I probably have to do about 3 hours worth of exercise a day to get to that level. So we'll just see how it goes and where I end up. But ultimately I'd like to get to that. And calories wise, I've got a thing to track the calories. It's not 100% accurate, but I'm trying to keep it under 2,000 a day. So yeah, I think there's only been one day where I've properly gone over by about 500. So what I'd probably normally eat in a normal day. But yeah, it's just the organising side of things. Timing things fairly easy, but the organising the food and being strict, that's the tough part. But exercise, doesn't worry me about exercise. I enjoy going to the gym. I can go down the gym for hours and hours. If anything, it's sort of, with the size of this gym that I use, there's only so many machines, only so many weights, there's only so much stuff you can do. If you were to be here for 3 to 4 hours, that you'd run out of things to do. You would have gone on all the cardio machines. You would have done every single machine that they've got. You would have done a session of free weights. You would have done boxing for however long. You would have done everything that they've got on, and then you'd start to run out of things to do, and you start to become bored. I did a 4-hour training session a couple of months back, and something like that. Anyway, I can't remember that. It was a long time anyway. And you just start to get bored. You just start to go, Jesus, I've done everything there is to do here. If I start now, I'm repeating the cycle, you know, go back on the cardio machines, then I'll go on this, then I'll go, it's just round and round in a circle. So, you know, I don't mind training for long periods of time and training hard and all that sort of thing, but you know, I like to be entertained. I don't want to be bored doing what I'm doing. You know, I want to mix it up a little bit. So yeah, my advice to anybody doing intermittent fasting is to really plan it out first. So maybe you plan out your 7 days, what you're going to do, what you're going to eat, what you're going to try and avoid, your time when you're going to eat and all that sort of stuff. So it's all written down and bought before you start. Don't try and wing it and go, oh, it's all right, I'll just boil some eggs, or I'll just, because eventually you're going to run out of the shit that you've been relying on, you know, thinking, oh well, if I have some eggs, they've got no sugar in them, and if I have, you know, just chicken and vegetables, I should be okay. You know, you're going to run out of chicken, you're going to run out of this stuff, you're going to go, oh shit, I should have bought, you know, a couple of kilograms worth of chicken, because that's what it looks like I'm all going to be eating. So you know, you've got to really think through what you're going to eat, when you're going to eat it, how much you're going to eat, and all that sort of thing, and then come up with exercise that you're comfortable with as well. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Weigh myself tomorrow. I'll go to the gym. I'll do a longer session in the gym. Weigh myself tomorrow and see where we're at. But yeah, first time I weighed, I'm very pleased with that. Whether it was just a fluke or not, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, sorry I haven't done one for a couple of days, but we've been busy. All right, cheers, bye-bye.